Donna Jordan, a name that once glittered in the spotlight, was the epitome of beauty, talent, and grace. Known for her captivating presence and mesmerizing charm, she effortlessly won the hearts of fans and admirers around the world. But behind the glittering red carpets and flashing cameras lay a far darker, more complicated reality. While the world saw a glamorous star, Donna's life was marred by struggles that few could have imagined. Her journey through fame and fortune would be one of both triumph and sorrow, shaped by tragedy and loss. Donna's story isn't just about the fame or the adoring fans. It's about a woman who fought not only to rise to the top, but to survive the crushing weight of personal battles that would leave many shattered. From early promises of success to heartbreaking moments of loss, her life was full of both dazzling highs and agonizing lows. But what really happened behind closed doors? How did the woman who seemed to have everything ultimately struggle with so much more than anyone knew? In this series, we'll delve deep into the untold story of Donna Jordan, exploring the triumphs that made her an icon, the battles that threatened to destroy her, and the resilience she showed in the face of unimaginable hardship. Her story is one of heartache, redemption, and ultimately a journey of survival against all odds. Let's dive in and uncover the heartbreaking tragedy that shaped Donna's life and ask the question, what is the true cost of fame? Donna Jordan was born into a family where love and hard work were the foundation of everyday life. Raised in a modest household where financial struggles were constant, Donna quickly learned that nothing came easy. Her parents did their best to provide, but luxury was something that felt worlds away. However, despite the challenges, there was one thing Donna had in abundance: the ability to dream big. As a child, she watched others around her living lives that seemed so distant from her reality, lives full of opportunity and promise. She longed for something more, something beyond the hardships that marked her early years. Donna wasn't just dreaming of escaping her circumstances. She was determined to make a name for herself and prove that the world couldn't define her by the limitations of her upbringing. It wasn't long before her innate charm, wit, and undeniable beauty started to shine through. But Donna knew that beauty alone wouldn't be enough to escape the life she knew. She had to work hard, take risks, and pursue opportunities that could propel her into a life that many would only dare to imagine. Every decision she made was a step towards something bigger, something brighter. But little did she know the journey ahead would be filled with both the sweetest victories and the darkest challenges. As Donna worked tirelessly to chase her dreams, she would soon discover that fame, once within her grasp, would come with its own set of burdens and betrayals. Her story was only just beginning. Donna's rise to fame was nothing short of extraordinary. From humble beginnings to becoming one of the brightest stars in the entertainment world, her story seemed almost too good to be true. It all started when she was discovered at a young age, and just like that, Donna found herself in the spotlight. It wasn't just her striking looks or undeniable talent that caught the attention of Hollywood. It was her presence, something that captivated everyone around her. Her breakthrough role felt like destiny. She quickly became the face of a new wave of talent, a rising star that no one could ignore. Critics raved about her performance, fans adored her, and soon she was a household name. With her meteoric rise, Donna was thrust into a world filled with luxury, fame, and the kind of success that many only dream of. Magazine covers, movie premieres, red carpet events. Donna had it all. For a while, everything seemed perfect. She was living the dream, and no one could have predicted what would come next. Her career was climbing to unimaginable heights, and she was enjoying everything that came with it: adoration, fame, and the glittering lifestyle that Hollywood promised. But behind the scenes, something darker was slowly taking root. The pressures of fame, the constant need to maintain a flawless image, and the demands of her career were taking a toll that no one saw coming. What was once a dream come true was quickly turning into a battle for her own mental peace. From the outside, Donna's life appeared to be a fairy tale. Yet, behind the glamour and fame, she was hiding a painful truth. Despite her dazzling career, Donna's personal life was far from perfect. Beneath the smile that graced the covers of magazines, she was silently battling the weight of anxiety and depression. These struggles, though invisible to the public, were becoming harder and harder for her to manage. At first, Donna tried to keep everything in check, maintaining the image of the strong, successful woman who had everything under control. But the pressure of constantly living up to expectations started to feel overwhelming. The relentless schedule, the constant scrutiny, and the weight of having to always appear happy and flawless took a toll on her mental health. In private, she wrestled with deep insecurities and a growing sense of isolation. The public Donna was confident and outgoing, but the real Donna was beginning to crumble under the surface. The more she tried to keep up the perfect image, the more exhausted she became. And soon, the battle with her inner demons became impossible to ignore. She was torn between wanting to be true to herself and the need to maintain the facade of a perfect life. The stress of living in two worlds, the public and the private, was becoming unbearable. Despite the overwhelming pressure, Donna kept her struggles hidden from the world. She was determined not to let anyone see her vulnerability, but deep down, she felt like she was losing the battle. The mental health battles she faced in silence were becoming more than just a personal struggle. They were now at the core of the heartbreak that would eventually unfold. Just when it seemed like Donna might be finding a way to manage the chaos of her life, an unimaginable tragedy struck. The loss of someone she loved deeply sent her into a downward spiral that would change her forever. This was not a loss that could be easily processed or healed. It was an unexpected blow, one that shattered Donna's world in an instant. The grief Donna felt was unlike anything she had ever experienced. This person wasn't just a loved one. They were someone who had been her rock, her anchor in a world that was often too chaotic and demanding. Losing them left a void in her life that nothing could fill. Donna's heartache was profound, and she couldn't understand how to move forward without this person by her side. In the wake of this loss, Donna struggled to cope. She tried to put on a brave face, but the pain was too much to bear. She began to retreat from the world, isolating herself from family, friends, and even fans. In the silence of her grief, she sought solace in unhealthy ways. Substance use became a way to numb the emotional pain, to escape from the overwhelming weight of her sadness. This period marked a significant turning point in Donna's life. The grief over the loss of her loved one was compounded by her ongoing struggles with mental health, and together they created a storm that Donna couldn't outrun. The world around her seemed to fall apart, and with every passing day, it became harder for her to find a way out of the darkness. What once seemed like a fairy tale life had become a heartbreaking journey of loss and pain. And as Donna's world spiraled out of control, it became clear that the tragedy she was living through was far from over. The impact of this loss would continue to haunt her, and it would forever change the course of her life. Donna's personal life became a whirlwind of failed relationships, each one more tumultuous than the last. Despite her fame and success, Donna often found herself in love with people who couldn't handle the pressures that came with her lifestyle. The intensity of her emotions, paired with the overwhelming demands of her career, created a perfect storm of instability. She loved deeply, perhaps too deeply, always hoping to find solace in the arms of someone who could offer her peace. But time and time again, her relationships spiraled into unhealthy patterns, leaving her heartbroken and disillusioned. Each breakup seemed to chip away at Donna's sense of self, leaving her feeling more isolated with each passing day. What was once the hope for love turned into a cycle of pain and abandonment. Donna's personal struggles were often overshadowed by the success she found in the public eye, but behind closed doors, her world was unraveling. As her career flourished, her ability to find lasting, healthy connections became more and more elusive. And each failed relationship only compounded the loneliness she began to feel. Was there anyone out there who truly understood her? At her lowest point, Donna reached a breaking point that no one could have predicted. The weight of her heartache, combined with the mounting pressure of her career, finally became too much to bear. In private moments, Donna would question her worth, wondering if she would ever find peace or happiness again. Her once bright future now seemed clouded by pain, and she began to feel as though the world had turned its back on her. This was the moment when she felt completely overwhelmed by her circumstances. She had been living in a constant state of turmoil, trying to maintain a facade of strength while everything inside her was crumbling. Donna's desperate cry for help was unmistakable. In her darkest hour, she made an attempt to escape the emotional prison she had built around herself. It was a moment of complete vulnerability, a moment that many who knew her never saw coming. The desperate decision she made was a heartbreaking reflection of how far she had fallen. A life that, at one point, seemed full of promise, now felt like it was slipping through her fingers. When Donna's struggles became more visible to the public, the response was swift and full of compassion. Her fans, who had once admired her from afar, were now deeply concerned. The outpouring of love and support was overwhelming, but it also came with a heavy dose of scrutiny. People had followed Donna's career and watched her rise to fame, and now they saw someone who was clearly in need of help. But would Donna be able to confront her demons? Would she be able to take the necessary steps to heal? Or would the weight of everything she was going through be too much to overcome? For Donna, seeking help was both the most difficult and the most necessary decision she ever made. For years, she had tried to navigate her life alone, hoping that time and success would heal her wounds. But the truth was, she was at a crossroads. She couldn't continue down the same destructive path. It was a turning point, one where the love and concern from her fans seemed to push her toward a future where she might finally confront the pain that had held her captive for so long. Despite her best efforts to regain control of her life, Donna's journey ultimately ended in heartbreak. The inner turmoil that had plagued her for years became unbearable. She fought hard to find peace, but the scars of her past were too deep. Donna's death was not just a personal loss. It was a loss for everyone who had watched her struggle, supported her, and hoped that she would someday find the happiness she so deeply deserved. Her passing was a tragic shock to the millions who had followed her career. She had so much more to offer, and yet, the story that had once seemed so full of hope and promise ended far too soon. Donna's life had been a testament to both the beauty of her talents and the fragility of her inner world. Her passing marked the end of a chapter that had been filled with both dazzling highs and heartbreaking lows. Her legacy became one of profound loss, and the painful reminder that sometimes, even the strongest among us aren't immune to the struggles of mental health. In the wake of Donna's tragic passing, her legacy continues to resonate with those who admired her. People remember Donna not just for the incredible talent she displayed or the beauty she radiated, but for the courage she exhibited in facing her own demons. Her life, though marked by immense pain, also held moments of incredible triumph. But what truly sets Donna's story apart is the way she showed us the depths of her vulnerability, teaching us that even the most glamorous, successful people are not exempt from inner battles. Her story serves as a stark reminder that mental health struggles can affect anyone, regardless of their outward success. Donna's passing highlighted the importance of not only recognizing the signs of emotional distress, but also being compassionate toward those who may be silently struggling. Her life and death sparked important conversations about mental health awareness and the need for more resources and understanding. Donna Jordan's journey may have been filled with heartache, but it also remains a beacon of hope for others who are facing similar struggles. Her legacy serves as a powerful reminder of the need to seek help, the importance of being kind to others, and the enduring value of compassion.